Hey everybody, welcome back to the War Boss Fitz channel, and today we are going to paint this ugly thing here. Now before we do, I just want to, I saw some of the images of the Imperialis whatever of the Space Marines. Let me see if I can get this thing up to the camera. This is what a 6mm, or this might be 8mm Space Marine looks like. Now, I don't know if you all have seen the images coming out of the Imperialis stuff, but I think it's official that 3D printing has passed GW as far as quality of miniature goes. I might have a video coming up on that I've been trying to put together for a week or two, but don't know how to finish it. But now, I think I know how to finish it. Alright, so that's enough picking on the largest miniatures manufacturer in the world. What we have here is with the Manhunters out of Bestiarum miniatures. This guy is going to be part of my cannibal cult. Oh, this guy's going to be part of my cannibal cult. I've actually hard mounted the camera now down here, so I'm still working on the angles, but bear with me. We're going to have some cool stuff going on. But yeah, this guy is pretty big. I don't know if you can tell just the scale of him to everything else, but he is the Siege Butcher. I'll link it. I'll put a picture up, and I'll link the model in the description below. And today we're going to paint him in my scheme I have going on for my cannibal cult. And just like everything else, we're going to start with a slap chop. You're going to grab your white paint and the biggest brush you got, and we're going to dry brush it. Alright, so there we go. I, of course, screwed up my rotation on the record button, but there we go, dry brushed all over with some white paint. Next, we're going to move into, I could probably do a little bit better there in the back. So let me, while we're here, I'm going to switch over to my smaller brush just to get in between. There we go, that's detailed up, dry brush enough for us. Now we're going to do the biggest section next, which is going to be the skin, and we're going to use some Crusader skin for it. Now we got our water cleaned out. I'm going to dump the little Crusader skin in the palette, and that's another trick, in case you're wondering. These are 25mm bases that I use the other parts to convert something. So I got a bunch of these laying around. Plus, it's also good just to buy a couple. Again, I apologize because my voice is still shot. It's been over a week. My voice will come back eventually. Alright, there we go. All the skin is done. I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go in and do we're going to do the fur next. Well, not fur. This isn't fur. We're going to do the little butt flaps and stuff next, and try to do all the cloth. And for that, I think we're going to do some Grim Black, and then we're going to do some Sand Golem with those, just to match in with the rest of the guys I have in my cannibal cult. Okay, we got our blacks done. Not very black looking at the moment. You can see there all of the large areas of cloth. I just did them black for now. Now we're going to go in and we're going to do all the ropes. Those are going to be Sand Golem, because that's what color the ropes are going to be. Alright, so all the ropes are done. Now we're going to move on to the wood, which, surprise, surprise, is going to be dark wood. All of our wood is done, and now we're going to move on to all the bones and other random straps and things. We're going to use pallid bone for those. What we're going to do next is harden leather on some of the little straps, and we're going to do is big belts around their leather. And then after that, we're going to move into the metallics. We've gone back through and cleaned up a few things. Now, our next step is going to be speed paint polished silver on all of the metal. We're starting with this because we want to have a bright thing to start with, because we're going to dirty this down and beat this up. So if we started low, we'd have to build up. We're going to start high and beat down. So you guys will see. Okay, now all that metal work is done. Now we're gonna go through a few more steps before we go back and do anything with the metal. We're gonna use some purple just for the exposed guts on the dudes here. Now we're gonna do some rust effects, and the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna use our little handy dandy sponge, and we're gonna stipple on some orange brown, some black red, and then some German sea black brown. What is it here? It was right there. There's all of our dirtied up metal work. Next, we're going to go in with a rust wash and kind of touch some spots. So we got our dirty rusty steel, and now we're going to go back and pick out the very top edges and some of the stuff with just a shining silver metallic. Just add a little more definition to it. So here we are. I did cheat a little bit. I put some bronze on his boiling pot of heads, and this here did a little work on the base too. But metal's all finished up. The next step is going to be to add the blood for the cannibal cult. Now this is my own little mix of blood. It is a mix of black ink, red ink, a touch of dark wood, and then a lot of glaze medium, and that gives us a nice blood effect. Alright, we got one hell of a bloody mess. So now what we're going to do is we're going to wait for this to dry completely, and then, I'm going to paint this little dude's hair. And then it is time for an oil wash. So, put a pad down, she's dry enough. This is going to be the last thing I get to do before I get called for dinner time by the little one. Ooh, so this is what we look like before the wash. Alright, so there it is, all covered in slop. Now we're going to let this dry completely. It's going to take at least a couple hours for this all to dry, and then we're going to come back and see what she looks like. And there it is, in all of its disgusting glory. Now the black wash definitely pops out a lot of the details on this and saturates the shadows in a very nice way. So, that's going to be all for today. Thanks for watching War Boss Fits, and I hope you're having a great week. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.